A very special thank you to everybody who tunes in to the Justin Podcast. And I also want to give a special thanks to all my sponsors.
Hear that? That's the sound of you creating your own destiny. While others are waiting in line for brunch, you're spending Saturday in the garage. Because you went to advanceautoparts.com, ordered a platinum battery with a 3-year replacement warranty, and picked it up in-store just 30 minutes later. Now, installing a battery isn't an all-day job, but what the brunch crowd doesn't know won't hurt it. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back on the road. Visit advanceautoparts.com to learn more.
He's considered to be the greatest announcer in XTV history. And now, Justin Turkeyleg brings his famous voice along with his awesome friends to the podcast world. This is Justin's Podcast.
Welcome to another edition of Justin's Podcast. This is a special November 23rd Thanksgiving Day special. Hopefully can have this up by today. A lot of things going on in the world of XTV. I want to go ahead and wish you all a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. I know a whole lot of people got to go back to work tomorrow, and that's unfortunate. For you guys who don't, man, shout out to y'all. Very excited about my guest today, Romy Rome, just as promised. You know, I guess he heard the last podcast with J&W, and he had sent me a text the next day saying, "Hey, I'm there." You know, he was trying to say, we should have been did this, and he right, but there's so many people, piled up, and so many things going on in XTV, just like I said, which leads me to what's on my mind. Let's see. We had the NXTV pay-per-view, Iron Sharpens Iron. Turned out good. It was a decent pay-per-view. In my opinion, it was not the best pay-per-view that I ever seen. A lot of times after a XTV event, I always come off it going, man, this is the best one yet. And I didn't feel myself coming off feeling that way, but of course I was involved with a whole lot of the production, and working on Iron Sharpens Iron was not an easy task at all. It was not easy. The hardest part was the beginning, what you saw at the beginning, and getting all the guys ready for skits or ready for their little promo to start the night off. And that was a very, very long and tedious process. That was actually done post. A little bit of insight there. That was a post-production. And then, of course, when it actually got to time to get on the show, to start the show rather, we had one more match to put in there. And we didn't have enough people. We had used everybody up, and we was like, oh shit, it's bell time, and we need another match. And of course, with it being 2K18, we didn't just have people on standby. That happens a lot, but we could just fill in a match. Hey, Enziguri, Manuel, come over here. Y'all gonna be in a match. You know what I mean? And this time we ended up getting where we were like, well, they've seen Shinsuke Nakamura, so maybe we can, he'll be a good way to start things off, especially with that epic entrance of his. And then, at the last minute, we got to thinking like, all right, put Danny McGee in there, who was almost not going to get signed again. But, people actually like Danny McGee, as you can see on programming. And, the West Coast have actually taken a liking to McGee. So, I think that, it was pulled off well with him. He's a very easy guy to accommodate. You know what I mean? Very plain, just trunks and boots, and send him off. And Danny McGee is good to go. Got that old school style of his. And he actually came out victorious over Shinsuke Nakamura in that match. I didn't think Nakamura performed that well on that night, but it was cool at the end to see them shake hands. That was real good. But that was just not the Nakamura that I'm used to seeing. I was expecting, with the King of Strong style, and I didn't see that. And it was just little things like that just kind of really bugged me. I enjoyed seeing Raylan and Shannon. That was one of my favorite matches. And the Justin Jr. versus Tyrone Andre was, to me, the match of the night, in my opinion. But stuff like that, I feel like saved the show. I don't think it was a bad show. It's not the best show of all time. It ain't the greatest. It's good. It's a good show. I even went back and watched it, so it's not bad by any stretch. Everything is just kind of straight to the point. We had some skits planned that were not prepared, but I guess they'll be seen later on down the line. Some involvement with guys from the West Coast that I'm not going to disclose just yet. You'll just know when you see it. Excuse me there. And then what else happened? There was something else. Oh yeah, J Money coming out with Jackie Z. Interesting situation here, as we had Jackie Z make her appearance with J Money, and Gorgon pointed it out. It is very true that Jackie Z was J Money's original valet. And here's my whole thing on that, because Raylan and Johnny Money, to me, they've been established as being together at whatever capacity, whatever. They are a unit. They are together. I think that the thinking behind this situation, present day, is you don't see Johnny Money come out with Raylan, and perhaps there is a little bit of something there saying, there's a problem with that, and then it's an interesting situation, but I'm not in favor of seeing Johnny Money and Raylan split up. However, I am in favor of seeing Raylan and Jackie Z, in a matchup. I think that'd be something. I think that'd be good as hell. I mean, can I be honest? Jackie Z was a dominant XTV Women's Champion for a long time, late 2012 into 2013. Of course, we know her history with Kevon. She calls herself the Devil. They didn't really talk about that on the show. I don't know how they're going to play out her character moving forward. This is NXTV. It's not XTV. But, when you bring in somebody like Jackie, and of course Jackie was, I'm talking about Jackie Z, she was brought in to be a mouthpiece for Johnny Money because, he is brand new to XTV. He had not been developed. He is known for his in-ring style and not necessarily for his microphone skills. So, of course, you need somebody who can just, talk for a guy like that, and, because he too good to not be considered as a top player. And that really sparked my interest, you know what I mean? And look, J Money came out as the loser in this matchup. He took an L to David B-Boy, who definitely needed a strong win, and that was really good for him. I think that he could be something moving forward, David B-Boy, that is. But J Money took two losses. Losing here against B-Boy, he lost against Justin Jr., and it's not like he lost against some jobbers, but his performance is what it is. So what does that say about, Jackie Z's influence already? Then, of course, we had Jackie Briggs retain the NXTV Women's Championship over Tia Ray in this matchup. It was a great matchup, and then in the end, Cassidy having to actually getting involved in the matchup, and she actually caused a disqualification. And Tia, if you see it at the end, like that kick that Cassidy did really put a hurting on Tia, and she was like kind of paralyzed there for a minute. So I wonder how that's going to work out moving forward. But here's another situation that bummed me out about the show, and so it's probably not the show that was bad, but it's probably my experience in helping with the production of it. Is this matchup, Tia Ray and Jackie Briggs, happened 3 different times. 3 times. We had to and it's our fault, because we made a mistake and we took a screenshot before we saved the video, which means that we lost the video. And that first match was a bust-ass contest. Of course, all 3 times Jackie Briggs did come out the victory. The second time was a count out, I believe. I think it was a double count out, or Jackie won by count out. And we was like, no. This match got too much hype and too much, everything to end like that. So we had to hit reset one more time. And after those ladies worked so hard, we was like, yeah, y'all go back out there and do that again. And, Jackie was like sweating. That first match, man. The one that you seen was a great match, but I don't know, man. That first one though, it was so legit. Nobody got involved. Jackie won clean. It was a strong match. But, They duplicated it, and I feel like those two are great opponents for each other. I think that they got a lot of work to do with each other in the future, Jackie Briggs and Tia Ray. And speaking of Tia Ray, her issues with Dixie have actually. I'm gonna try to pull this up real quick. They have not gotten any better. Of course, I'm referring to last week. Dixie was actually on Alex's podcast as a special guest, and one of their topics of discussion was actually the situation with Tia Ray not, potentially not making it to the 2K18 roster. That was the issue, and there were some issues with money, and Dixie spoke on it. Everybody knows that Dixie speaks her mind. She says what she's got to say, and she ain't afraid. You know what I mean? She say how she feels. She one of those kinds of people, and of course that would naturally rub people the wrong way, and it has rubbed Tia the wrong way. And as a result of that, Big Chunks D-Matic was actually able to get words with her, and that was actually on a recording of. Well, it was something that they actually added to the Sally show on XTV World, the latest in XTV. I'm gonna try to pull up this clip here.
Looking down like that, but I'm sorry. What was we talking about? I'm sorry.
No, you was talking about Dixie and how she was calling you out a name on the 006 podcast.
Exactly, and she's saying all these different things. The guy was about to. Talk about the topic, and the first thing that, before he even says anything, was, oh, that bitch. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what she said. And it's like, you don't know me like that to be calling me out of my name. I never even met you. And here you are talking shit about me. And it's obvious that, there's definitely a problem with her mentally and all. And y'all can sit there and try to talk about my sister, but what she does is just a gimmick, and what Dixie is how she's really trying to portray herself.
What you mean mental? Yeah,
I think she's mentally
what strikes
crazy.
You that way?
Because no normal person would just lash out at somebody that doesn't know them like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
My mother didn't raise me like that, and normal people aren't raised that way. So that's how I feel about it. And yeah, I do want to see her. Because I feel like if she got a problem with me, we can get this done in the middle of the ring. So I'm gonna stand up for myself, and I'm not gonna back down from you just because you're XTV or whoever you think you are. You get your people, your folks, or whatever. But I got my girls too. So let's get it.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Big Chunks old nose ass starting shit. I just wanted to hear.
Well, I appreciate it because I've been wanting to get on, somebody's show to, just let it be known that, I'm not just going to take anything from anybody. Okay, so let's get it.
Well, yeah, those was words from Tia Ray, ladies and gentlemen. And Dixie actually responded, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play the response right here from Dixie, who was actually interviewed by the Killer.
Tell us about Tia.
The other.
That bitch can get it at the end of the day, man. You know what I mean? It's like I hate people like that. You know, they're so food. They're so food. She comes on, right? Okay, let's assess this shit. We go on the game. You know what I mean? We try to get to you. We try to download the bitch. Yeah, I said bitch. What you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, she's like, we're not able to pick her. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, Tia's holding us up. And then someone's like, yeah, she's doing the Ultimate Warrior, you know, holding us up for money and all this shit. Because, I mean, I think, didn't they have to get like didn't they have to spend money in order to get her? Like, didn't they have to get the Cena pack or some shit? You know what I'm saying? In order to get her off the damn game? You know what I mean? Like, bitch, we ain't gotta pay for your foo ass. You know what I'm saying? Word. You know? And then, what else happened? Oh, you know, and she's just a rookie. I'm gonna kick her ass. I'm gonna throw her around the whole fucking ring. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You know, she goes, "Oh, it's something wrong with Dixie. Oh, she probably has a problem or some shit." So shit. Even if I did have a problem, I'm sure you just admitted that. Oh, you got a problem, so let me kick your ass, basically. So anybody that has a problem, you know what I'm saying? You whoop their ass. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. And you know, FYI, foo ass bitch. FYI, you know, it's like I don't have a problem. But at the end of the day, I feel like that was wrong. You know what I mean? You're holding the damn game up, you know? It's like you didn't even say why you held the whole process up. No one really, well, we don't know over here. You know, I'm not sure if the East Coast knows, you know? But yo, it's like, fuck wrong with you, you know what I'm saying? Rook ass bitch. You feel me? So yeah, we definitely can get it. You know what I mean? Shit, I ain't got no ass to kick. We still working on this NXTV West shit. And it's fucking tough. I'm helping her out at the end of the day. Because nobody cares about you outside of your partner. You know, people like your partner better from what I see. Shit, she didn't have any problems. You know what I mean? Downloading and think about it. Nobody else had a problem when downloading except you. You know, why you gotta be a bitch? You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, you see both sides of the story. On the line right now, ladies and gentlemen, joining us via telephone is none other than Tia Ray. Tia, how you doing today?
Happy Thanksgiving, Justin.
Oh, man, happy Thanksgiving.
Just sitting out here with my family. You know, it's crazy, but, you know, I'm happy to take the time to talk with you.
Well, it's good to have you on, Tia, you know, and of course, Big Trunks, you know, he allowed you to, you know, get some things off your chest. But, of course, you know, there's still issues out there, and of course, you've seen Dixie has responded to the words that you have to say, and she's not letting up.
No, she's not. And you know what, though? Like, I've thought about it, and, you know, I think that Tia Ray versus Dixie will be great for XTV. But I've lost, like, any kind of animosity for her because, you know what? Like, she said something. She said something that stood out. She said that, you know, that she was working on, you know, some XTV thing or something, whatever, and, you know, like, I just saw the human in her, you know, for a split second, and maybe I was wrong about calling her, like, retarded or something, but honestly, Justin, that's how I really felt, you know, because she was attacking me. But now, just after listening to her, I realized that, you know, she's basically ignorant of the fact that of the truth, and that's not her fault, you know. So I'm here to set the record straight.
Yeah, set it straight for us, Tia. I mean, you know, and she had pointed it out.
She pointed out a whole bunch of stuff. She's sitting out there telling me that, you know, she's doing me a favor. Honey, you're not doing me no favors. I don't need to have a match with you. I just fought for the NXTV championship, you know what I mean? And I'm popping. Like, you sit there and try to say nobody cares about me, and, like, I'm happy that that they want Akira. I'm so happy about that because last year in 2017, I was the most downloaded for Seasons 43. So, I was the most downloaded. This year, not so much, but if it's Akira, like, we're still winning, okay? We're sisters. We're family. I don't know if you know anything about that, being happy about, somebody else and giving other people props. It seems like the first thing that's on your mind is to put somebody down. You know what I mean? And, like, you really went in. But at the end of the day, baby, like, you want your match, you can have your match. I'm not going to back down from you. I'm not scared of you. And that's what it is. Like, it seems to me like, she wants to play like some kind of role, but I'm me all day. Like, this is Tia. I'm not a gimmick. This is how I am. I'm about my people. Don't cross me. And if you step to me, come correct. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't come correct. Like, from what I understand, she's just some little white girl from the suburbs. And now all of a sudden she's trying to play this little gimmick. And everybody thinks it's funny, but at the end of the day, they're laughing at her. So it's like she's just got, the whole situation twisted.
Oh, man. Strong words from Tia Ray. Tia, what did go down? Was it a money situation? Did you hold up Miss Martha? Because, everybody's got this picture in their mind, like, you standing in the office, I don't know, get some kind of weapon, and just, holding up Miss Martha. She got her hands in the air. You like, man, give me the money.
Just think about that. Does that sound like something that I can get away with? Like, does that sound like something that anybody can get away with? I love being here. I love, I love what I do. And the truth of the matter is, if you guys want to, get real on it, well, they were able to get Akira. They downloaded this accelerated pack, which downloaded everything, and they thought that was supposed to download the Seen Enough pack and the Kurt Angle pack or whatever. And they didn't realize, that, and that's what it was, because Miss Martha came back and apologized to me, and it's like she didn't even do anything, but she's just apologizing on behalf of XTV and just on behalf of people who were just, getting the wrong impression of me, like I was trying to hold something up. And the hold up was not even my fault. It's not nothing for me to just like have an XTV contract. Like, it's nothing. And they were telling me that that's what the next step was going to be. And that's what they did with Cassidy, because Caesar said that he's not going to bring Cassidy back on his roster. So we were like, all right then. So you see, Cassidy's right along with us. It was no problem, and they were going to do the same exact thing with us. But it cost $12 to get the Seen Enough pack and the Kurt Angle pack. You know what I mean? And so somebody, I think Terry Williams had, he was, asking around and asking, how do you get the Seen Enough pack? Because when you go on the PlayStation Store, on the actual game, there's only 3 options on ours. We don't know if it looks like that on everybody else's, but that's how it looks on ours. So that's what happened. And so we had to go to the actual PlayStation Store. A guy had told us that. We don't remember who it was, but we went on there, and then we got the Seen Enough pack and the Critical pack. It was $12, and that made me available. And that's it. Like, that's the truth. I didn't hold nobody up. I did it.
Yeah, I understand. It's crazy, and I don't know why they didn't just have a Seen Enough pack and a John Cena pack there, but they got a lot of stuff on there.
I don't know why they didn't have it, but it was outside of me. I'm just a character, like, you know what I mean? I'm just somebody's creation at the end of the day. Think about it. Like, so, just like you, Dixie, you know what I'm saying? And if somebody, like, appreciates your likeness, then they're going to try to recreate you, and they're going to make you, as best they can. Like, that's just the way it is. You know how many versions of like a Batman or a Superman it is? You know what I mean? So it's nothing to just recreate your likeness. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, they did it with my cousin, so that's what they were gonna do with me. So that's that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, and it's very interesting, because Dixie is the type of person that just don't back down to you.
I don't back down either, honey.
Yeah, I understand. It's just this match is definitely gonna happen.
I've already signed the contract. Miss Martha said that this is gonna happen like sometime soon. It might happen this week. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen like soon. They got a card. Oh yeah, that's what it was.
The XTV03. That's right. I got that here in my notes.
So yeah, that's when it's gonna happen, and it's already signed. I think it's like the only NXTV match, but it's all good. I'm happy to be on the card. This girl's trying to talk about I ain't popping. Well, why does your company want me? Nobody's downloading you. Compare your downloads to mine. You're not getting none. 0. So that's it. Like, just face it. Look in the mirror, sweetheart.
Oh man, thank you so much for doing this. I don't mean to, upset your day.
No, it's all good. I feel great. I'm happy. Here's Akira.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, Kira, how's it going over there?
You want some turkey? I'm gonna bring you a plate.
Please bring me a plate.
All right.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's good talking to y'all, man. I'm a huge fan of both of y'all, and y'all got a great future. I'm so excited to have y'all both on the roster, and happy Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble.
Bye, Justin.
See you later, too. Great catching up with Tia Ray. She is a fine young black woman. That's what you need. You know what I'm saying? We need more Tia Rays all across America. But hey, I'm a Dixie fan too, man. She XTV, she representing. I like how she, said what she said in that interview. And look, it even made Tia Ray take a step back and say, you know what, that girl is a human. Like, as Howard would say, that man is that man. I didn't mention the Sketch versus King Kong matchup, which was rather short. But it looks like this year they're implementing the KOs. And I'm going to tell you guys, in my opinion, what we saw at Iron Sharpens Iron was the first glimpse of a very dangerous mean streak from King Kong. That's what I see for him. He is the NXTV heavyweight champion. And he you got to think about this, guys, because, XTV alumnus know that in 05 we saw a King Kong that he literally destroyed everybody. And imagine him like right before that, which gives him that much more time to go on this tirade, come to the main roster, and do it all over again. Brings a tear to my eyes. Oh man, I probably got more to talk about. Tia talked. She touched on it a little bit. The XTV03. I know y'all want to get to roaming, so I'm gonna just be quick about this. But the XTV03 event will be taking place late December. I understand. Could be late December, early January, but I think it's late December, and then they got a NXTV event coming in January. I'm not sure, but it's something like that. Big card setup. Nicki Minaj going one-on-one up against Yosi. Of course, Tia Ray to meet Dixie. The return of Henry Hank McCoy. He'll be in the ring. He'll be in action. Might be a couple more men. B-Boy going one-on-one up against Killer. I think that's going to be a 30-minute Iron Man match. And so, with that being said, I think that the card going to have to be rather short. That's probably going to be the card, considering that it's going to be like that. I would book that match first. I think that'll be a great way to start things off. Start it out with an Iron Man match. Yep. B-Boy, one-on-one up against Killer. XTV03. I think it's great. And finish it off with Yosi versus Nicki Minaj. Nicki says that this is her last show. But you know what? Something tells me that ain't true. she keep coming back, man. You know, she done participated with us. She's back here with us another year. She's looking good. We haven't seen her in the ring in 18, but you know, we ain't seen Yosi in the ring in 18. No, nobody from the main roster is on there. You know what I mean? So it's very exciting. We got Romy Rome on the other side of the break, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'll be talking my ass off, but I'm excited, man. There's a lot going on in XTV. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. Are you a heavy weed smoker? Are your fingertips yellow and burned? Well, I used to have the same problem until I discovered Hydro Drops by New Millennium Drugs. Hydro Drops. I mean, even Minister Mike tried it. I tried Hydro Drops back in the days when I was a whoremonger. I was a whoremonger and I used to be caught with so many whores. They gave me so many Hydro Drops. I was high as hell when I was telling y'all that I was a whoremonger. I was giving my dick sucking, I was smoking weed, it was a good life. Oh. Man, that's quite amazing. And you can feel the sensation of Hydro Drops too by going to hydrodrops.com. Hydro Drops by New Millennium Drugs. RJ? Well, that's hydrodrops.com. I heard that a certain announcer be taking talks while he doing announcing, so he might need somebody to use the kayfabe everybody.
Bros, Brian Millman here. My next podcast that's coming up this week is featuring XTV's artist, who's actually going to be announcing for NXTV Westside coming up in the future. But on this edition of the New Millennium Podcast, he's actually going to be going in depth into the mind of Chris the Nightmare Man. And he actually passed away recently, unfortunately, so he's not the character that the XTV Westside is going to be able to move forward with. And he's just going to talk about some of the ideas and some of the creative things that they had for this particular character. It's a special tribute to Chris the Nightmare Man on this edition of the New Millennium Podcast. Check it out, bros. Justin's Podcast.
Happy Turkey Day, Roman. 2 rings. Thanksgiving Day. Gobble gobble, bro. Romy get it. The gobbly gonka, bro. Gobbly gooka. What it is, though, bro? Oh, man, just hanging out here on this Thanksgiving Day. Looks like it's gonna rain outside. A lot of, guys from the West Coast had to work. How does that affect the 2GN Thanksgiving? Tremendously, man. Hold on, man. Say that again. I said it affected tremendously, man. Because, you know what I'm saying? We need them boys. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of just feel like to do it late. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. Y'all did that shit late. I don't know, life be like that sometimes. We could probably still do it, you know what I'm saying? Probably do it on a Saturday or something. Or, maybe we might not do it. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate. It be like that sometimes, bro. But it's crazy, the fact, Romy, that, you actually even, actually do a show. I mean, that's what's crazy to me. Here, there was a time in XTV not too long ago where there was not a whole lot of content being put out. Yeah, but you already know where that come from, man. Everybody get that from you, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you changed the game. You know what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess we all did, man. I mean, when you think about it. Cause shit, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. On Mel Podcast, man, you know what I'm saying? Like when he first started doing his podcast, you know what I'm saying? I was just like kind of bullshitting. I was like, yeah, man, I'm finna do a show called 2GN. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I knew when I said that shit, cause I remember I was just bullshitting. But I knew when I said that shit that I had to do it, man, cause it was like, damn, this nigga finna do 2GN, man. And I'm like, yeah. But like, the more I thought about it, the more like I started to feel it. You know what I'm saying? The more I was like, man, I can pull this off, bitch. Like, and I can have fun, cause like, you know what I'm saying? It's something when you got an idea for a promotion for something, like you got a cool looking like idea or a promo for something, but you don't really got an idea how to execute it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like, that's what I didn't have. I ain't have no idea how to execute 2GN, but the more I started thinking about it and like the different guests I can have, I'm like, no, I could do this, but because like for me the challenge was like y'all, like you had your type of people, like you had like, I don't know, legends and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you first started doing the podcast, you know what I'm saying? You was just killing the game, like you was just knocking them out the park, like, you know what I'm saying? Bam, bam. And then Mill, you know what I'm saying? He kind of like switched it up, like. He just had like a different type of style with his, you know what I'm saying, like a different vibe. So I was like, damn. If I did, it's like basically because we ain't got like no video, no type of thing like that. So it's like, how can I make this visually, you know what I'm saying, cool, and you know what I'm saying, give it like a cool soundtrack. So that was like my idea. So I think my first episode was with motherfucking. I think it was with Steve-O, bro. Yeah, it was. That's who it was, bro. My first episode I ever did was with Steve-O. And then, I don't know, we was just chopping it up, and I felt good about it. I was like, yo. And like, shit, to this day, bro, like, that's still one of my favorite episodes. That one that I did with Steve-O, bro. It's just like, it just kind of set the tone for what 2GN is today, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, it got its little skits, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, it's random, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like feel good type of shit, you know what I'm saying? It's interesting shit, all kind of shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that vibe. You know, I think, Romy, that's what's special about you is that, you know, you have been able to maintain that special glow about you, you know, all throughout the years in XTV, and I think that that's something that people don't talk about, something that people don't realize. The fact that, you know, how it was in your house. You know, you let us in, you know, during a Buddha Monkey era. You know what I mean? And you know, people like myself, people like Tigger, Big Bird, you know, those little nuggets. You know what I mean? Just all the little reject toys. Yep. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all fit. It's like, you see all those wrestling mans, you know what I'm saying? You see all those big dudes, you know what I'm saying? And then you look at us and it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? We don't never get looked at, but it's like, we gonna make them look at us, man. We gonna make them miss us, man, when we gone. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make them talk about us. And they still do to this day, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, still to this day, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's all about. Yeah, you seem to put, and somebody mentioned that on the West Coast. Somebody said that, I don't know, about a year ago or so. I don't remember. It was in discussion, you know, but you get talents over. You bring in all kinds of new talent, and they get over. You know what I mean? Your prime example, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but you know what I'm saying? You mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? You was like the first one. Yeah, man, the white teddy bear in the room was like, ain't that something? Yeah, man, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Look at you now, man. You bigger than me, man. Oh, man. Well, I wouldn't say that, man. The 2GN Thanksgiving from last year is the most watched XTV recording on the East Coast. It's got the most of all time. It's the all-time most watched thing. All 2 hours of it. You know, people love it. Yeah, that was a special moment, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I feel like that ain't because it's just me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got 2GN on it. You got, you know what I'm saying, my stamp on it. But at the end of the day, that's everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all our shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was there, man. It was like a reunion, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you think about it, man, you know, even if it don't happen this year, man, like, it don't really matter, because that one right there, that really like marked the spot. So it's like, we know that there will be one later down the line. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even if we won't catch this one, you know what I'm saying, later down the line, you know what I'm saying, when we do catch it, we'll be able to capture that magic again. Because, you know, like, I don't know, Bill. Like just the way that shit was, like just seeing like Jackie Briggs for the first time, seeing Jax come back. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm like, that was just like all kind of off the cuff too, Bill. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't playing none of that shit, Bill. Feel me? It was on the spot. So, you know, this year I've been doing a whole lot of thinking, Bill. I'm like, damn, who should be that? Should it be this person? And I just been doing a whole lot of thinking about it. And then to get to this point, and then, you know what I'm saying, like, people got to work and all that, it's like, well, you know, I just been considering probably it just ain't going to happen this year, bitch. Because Thanksgiving today. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing it on Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying, then it's like, unless you do it on the weekend, and then it's cool like that. You know what I'm saying? But they working on the weekends too. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's crazy though. The same concept still, you know, lives on today, considering the fact that, you know, you've got all these different episodes, and I feel like, you know, you probably the just very most consistent out of all the XTV shows. You know what I'm saying? I think that because I don't think it's never like a lull in between two GNs. I think it probably do be sometimes, but I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But, like, cause shit, I really don't do them. I be doing 2GN whenever I feel like it, really, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even much lie to you, bitch. Like, you know, I just do it, you know what I'm saying, when I'm feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, but I do a whole lot of thinking about it, though, like, you know what I'm saying? When I be out and about, you know what I'm saying, riding around, I be like, damn, this person would be a good guest. This person would be a good guest. Like, I just recently had Duke Nukem on that bit. Yeah, I seen that one. Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? That was cool, because I had Duke Nukem, like, last year around the summertime. So, hold on, man. I'm trying to find my shit. But yeah, I mean, he was just one of the ones that I was thinking about, though. You feel me? Like Duke Nukem, he was just somebody I was thinking about. Like, damn, I want to have him, and I knew exactly how I wanted it to come out, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to just have a feel to it, like that throwback feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? When we used to be playing Duke Nukem, yeah. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I had his ass, boy. That nigga was like in a trance, man. That nigga was like, I don't know, he was just in the zone listening to those songs, but yeah, it definitely comes through, man. The 2GN is a whole lot of fun. I'm looking at the episodes right now, man. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that Steve-O was my first interview. He was the first time I had an interview with somebody. But King Kong was my first episode. You know what I'm saying? Because they had came out with this song, Bad For Real. You know what I'm saying? And it was just being this little badass clip. That's when A-Man was with the A-Man Nation, with the NWN, man. You know what I'm saying? A-Man was still with them. And then they all had rap and shit. They all had a little freestyle on the little beat and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? They had something to put out. But, man, Steve-O, we pretty much just chilling, though, man. You know what I'm saying? And I told Steve-O, I'm like, shit, I want y'all to be a reoccurring guest, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's another thing, you know what I'm saying, that's just like a little, you know, yeah, kind of like skirt, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like screw, like, like I said, I don't want to make it like yours, you know what I'm saying, exactly. You know what I'm saying, so that's why, you know what I'm saying, I bring in Steve-O. He don't be on every episode, but see, that's the thing about it though, you know what I'm saying, because I wanted you to be like that too, man. Yeah, I wanted you to be like that too. I wanted to bring you in, but. And like same thing with like Fast, like I was gonna have like a cast of characters. Like 2GN was supposed to catch on like that. Like Fast was supposed to be around, and you and Steve-O and Miss Pat-Man. It was gonna be like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And we was just always like, and then we was just gonna always have guests. You know what I'm saying? Or it'd just be like me and Steve-O, or me and you, or me and Miss Pat-Man, or me and Fast. Or like three of us, you know what I'm saying, and then a guest. It's always like a different guest. That was one of my original ideas for 2GN, but it ain't never pop off like that though. You know what I'm saying? It just like kind of just stayed me and Steve-O. Yeah, you and Steve-O a good job. You know. It's always, for me, it's always cool seeing Steve-O because you never know when he gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He just kind of creep in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, there goes Steve. Oh, he hit this time. Yeah, he creep out too though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's how I was on the Duke Nukem line. That nigga just bucked. We started playing the game. You know what I'm saying? That nigga had seen like a big booty walk by. You know what I'm saying? That nigga just started fucking one up there. Yeah. Steve-O, man, you know, he one of the top players, man. Oh, he's becoming a top player. He's a name. Yeah, I mean, Steve-O and Cole, they like a good example of like that it take time, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about Steve-O and Cole, like they wasn't never in a situation where people ain't like them. People always like Steve-O and Cole. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what I'm saying? They just some cool jits. You know what I'm saying? They don't be fucking with nobody. They just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? They in their own little world, and that's what's different about them. Like in XTV, you always got people trying to beef, people trying to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? They just in their own little zone. You don't never see them fighting nobody. They always laughing. They always talking about girls. You know what I'm saying? They be doing their little thing, floss up. You know, I like when they do doing that shit. Let me see you rolling in your brown ball love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, they're good representation of the youth. I think that's real cool about Steve-O and Cole. I think that you should have both of them on your show together. Yeah, they should be on there together. But I definitely, you know what I'm saying, to have Cole on there. You know what I'm saying? I think he only been on there once though. Like Cole, he don't really be around that much. But he be around a lot. But like it seemed like when I be doing 2GN, like he always like he just don't beat up, man. You know what I'm saying? He just be gone, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even nobody's fault. It's just like, damn, that nigga ain't here again, man. But it's all to them. Yeah. Taking a look at some of your past guests. I mean, what are some of your favorite episodes, Roman? What stand out to you? Shit. I don't know, Bill. Like, shit, for some reason, I don't know. Like, it's just certain ones. Like the one where even though I do like that one right there with Jackie Briggs and Jax, that's one of my favorite ones. He got hits too, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if them shits like in the double digits, I'm like, damn, man, that was popular. You feel me? Because I mean, people keep coming back and watching it. But yeah, I definitely like the one with Alicia Fox, man. That was like a slow burn right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I like the fact that it's only 11 minutes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that was another key thing to my show. I just wanted that shit to be like real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just like give you like something that was fun and a good ass experience, man. But like it felt like it went down for a long time, but it was only like a few moments, man. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the Alicia Fox one was real perfect. I might check that shit out after this, man. And like people ain't even look at it at first, man. Like it was like, that's why I say it was a slow burn, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's one of my favorite episodes, because it's one of them ones that crept up on you. You feel me? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? People ain't realize like just how good it was. And I ain't think that nobody was ever gonna catch on to it. You know what I'm saying? I thought that it was just gonna be one of the ones that I just like. So I was just like, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? This just be one that I like, man. You know what I'm saying? And because I don't never try to like pressure people into checking my shit out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I throw the shit up there. Everybody already subscribed to the East Coast, so it's like you like who you like. You know what I'm saying? Even though all of them be good, you know what I'm saying? I make sure that like we cut it and edit it in a way to where, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely gonna be just like the 2GN vibe. So, you know what I'm saying? But some people just don't fuck with some people, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It just be like that. Like, yeah, that was definitely fun. You know, you and Alicia Fox got chemistry, Romy. And people would like to see y'all two do things more together in the future. Yeah, I know, man. She's so perfect, like, you know what I'm saying, to play off of. So it's like I gotta figure out something for us to do, man. Cause like, you know, I'm doing like backstage interviews and shit nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that dude now. You know what I'm saying? Just be chilling, like, yo, I'm chill. You know, I know everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even look weird, or it don't look like I'm an interviewer. It's like, oh, they gonna want me in such and such. You You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, here go my boy Bob Classic. You know what I'm saying? We over here chilling. You know what I'm saying? He finna fight up against McGregor, bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. XTV02, man, that shit. Hey, the only thing missing from XTV02 was the West Coast, man. Yeah, they're gonna be at XTV03. That's the thing about this one. You know, all the XTV events are very special, and you know that's what's gonna be special about this one, XTV03, because it's gonna be the first time that we're bringing in the West Coast. So looking very, very much forward to that. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But the XTV02 party, man. I'm talking about that shit was so damn live, like just the vibes there, man. Talk about good ass vibes, man. That's where it was at that night, man. We had a good ass time. That was a party like none other, Romy. I mean, I just could not believe what I was seeing. I'm like, what? Yo, if you ain't seen XTV02, y'all gotta check that shit out. I mean, if y'all want to know about what XTV is all about, man, you know what I'm saying? Because people get shit misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? I'm just put it out there like right now, man. There's a difference between XTV and NXTV, man. You know what I'm saying? Like NXTV, like that's wrestling, but XTV is spontaneous, in your face, anything. Just chill out. Oh man, that thing is happening to Romy. Y'all gotta forgive him. Y'all gotta forgive me. I be doing. Tell him about it. I was like, man, last night I was thinking about this interview, and I was like, I hope Romy don't do that thing that he be doing, but he did it. Sorry, man. I'm here embarrassing my homeboy, but yeah, man, it's DT fault, man. It's DT fault. And I remember the first time I did it, man, I shocked everybody, man. Everybody was looking at me like they seen a ghost, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause like they got this thing where I don't even know how to explain this shit, man. Justin, man, help me out. I don't know. These guys just be having these outbursts, and their voice change, and they get this weird ass look in their eyes. It's almost like y'all possessed, man. Yeah, but it's like I'm in control. Like sometimes I can control it, man. Like sometimes I can be like, nah, I ain't gonna let it go. I can't believe I'm having this conversation, man. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like I can just not let it out. And it started ever since damn DT did it, man. I swear that shit, whatever he got, man, that shit contagious, man. Damn, man. I feel like it's only in our family too, man. I hope it's just in y'all family, because I don't want to get that shit. I can see you doing it, man. That shit gonna fuck everybody up. You gonna be like, damn, man. Here with you, Romy. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I done been there before. On both sides of the fence. Whether I needed to hire somebody or whether I needed to get a job myself. Man, one place that's always been there for me was Indeed.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you from my personal experience, even when I had a job, you know, or even when I do got a job, it's fun just to go on Indeed.com just to see who hiring. The plethora of people, the plethora of opportunity. It has never been so convenient to get off your ass and do something with your life. Indeed.com provides that, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, right now, one thing that they're doing is that if you like put up a job that's hiring, that's like an important place, like McDonald's or, you know, some place like that, they'll go ahead and front you $50. That's right. So for every job that you post up that's legit and that's actually in the books, if they hiring, they'll give you $50. That's going on right now at Indeed.com. You should check that out. I mean, don't you get excited about that, RJ? See the website for details. I'm going to get me a drink.
And now we're looking to the archives of Justin's podcast. Episode 6, Rathburn Sally.
I think you made maybe a couple appearances in XTV. Here and there, nothing really memorable. I never really liked the way XTV, the style of XTV. You know, I mean, I like XTV, but in regards to, you know, fair matches, you know, it just completely goes against my MO. It's like what I was saying at the beginning, you know, it's just like, come on, leave the ref out of it. Have your match. I was watching a match on you guys' channel, and Alec Troffer, he's in there, just manhandling the referee just because he counted to 2. Well, damn it, it's a 2 count. What the hell you want the guy to do? Alec called that Troffer. It's bullshit. I don't like when guys put their hands on the referee for no reason, and that's why I stayed out of the way. Break it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm letting go. People just need to let go of the hole. They need to let go of the good hole.
That was a look into the archives. Tune in to the XTV East Coast as they upload frequently, and feel free to take a look back into the archives for more of Justin's podcast.
It's pretty cool too that I did your show and you did my show. I think that's cool. And I wanted to do your show. I wanted to have you on my show before I was on your show, but we just happened to be together and you hit the record button. Yeah, I mean, I had to have you on there sometime. I knew it was gonna be classic. Yeah, I was on there the other day. It got a dislike. Somebody ain't like me. It's the only 2GN I ever seen that got a dislike. The one with me. Hey, you the way you gotta look at it is, that you got like some kind of effect on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's yay or nay, you made them feel something. You know what I'm saying? That's power. Yeah. I mean, such the philosopher. But talk about some of your other past guest experiences. Shit, man, there's so many of them, man. I mean, one thing I try to do about 2GN, man, is I try to make them all different. You know what I mean? I mean, naturally they're gonna be different when you got all these different guests. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to make sure that they all like just stand out from each other, man. So I tried different stuff. Like I had my boy Gary from Two-Wang, man. You know what I'm saying? And then not too long after that, I had Master Earl. You feel me? And like, you know what I'm saying? They some quick archive episodes, but they represent the type of guests that I want to have, man. Cause like you ain't gonna see Gary on your podcast no time soon. You know what I'm saying? No, I did want to have the whole Two-Wang. That's I thought that would have been interesting, and that's something that I still want to do. The whole Two-Wang band, because they don't ever really get in the voice out, you know what I'm saying? But it's like them obscure guests, man. You know what I'm saying? The ones that you'll never see. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be on my show, man. Maybe they get some kind of blossom, man. Because one thing I noticed from these shows, you know what I'm saying, like, is that people, it's starting to. Like people, they become. It's just like with the Alicia Fox one. Like you know what I'm saying, how that just like slowly became a thing. But it's like for the first time, and they go for the East Coast and the West Coast. For the first time, what's happening right now, man, is that like people's eyes is being woke up to characters that's been around forever doing this shit. You feel me? Yeah, that's true. I mean, like for instance, Matt Anthony, man. This nigga been doing his thing for years, man. You know what I'm saying? And like he the perfect example of somebody who been on the underground. You know what I'm saying? Doing their thing. You can go check out. They got old footage and all that, but now they done creeped up to the mainstream. I love that type of shit. You feel me? I love that type of shit. Like that's what I try to do, man. I try to bring out just like the freshest stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean. I really like what you did with Cassie Cage and Jackie. Yeah, those two projects. They was like, yeah, we're gonna put them on Roman. Yeah. I was like, give them to Romy. That'll be their outlet because of it's. Here's the thing. If I had Jackie, I mean, we could have chopped it up, but Romy, I think you would have just made it. You just made it interesting. You made it pop. You know what I mean? But see, that's another one I don't think that people really gravitated to like that, man. Because And that's why we were surprised at the Thanksgiving special when Jax had got the reaction that he got. They was like, "Oh, it's Jax." We were like, "Nigga, Jax been back, man." That's why we was looking at it. We was like, "Damn, y'all happy to see Jax?" Like, cause they went crazy for that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, "Damn, I thought y'all knew he was already here, man. That nigga been here." So, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy like that. But yeah, and then you know what I'm saying? You look at Jackie Briggs, bro. Like, look at what she doing now, bitch. She the champ. And shit, I don't think she gonna lose that bit right now. Yeah, I don't think so either. You know, same thing with Cassie Cage. Of course, she hasn't made her debut yet, but you know, you brought her in, and then she had that piece of the movie, and then it was not until the movie was done when people realized, oh, Cassie Cage is a player. Yeah, I mean. But it be like that, babe. You gotta love that shit. You gotta love when people sleep on your folks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Cause and like that's what I be trying to tell. Like I told that to Pasadena the other day. Cause somebody had said something. She was sad, man. Cause Ada had made this comment. She was like, she was talking to Yossi, man, and like Ada ain't even mean no harm, man. But like you know what I'm saying? She was just like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and you. You know what I'm saying? She was like, don't none of these new girls talk like us. You know what I'm saying? They got to put effects on their voice. And then she was like, they trying to get on the level that we at. And then, I was standing there. I told her there. Yeah, she was just looking all sad. She can't even talk to me about it. But I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to appreciate times like this because, like, this your time to be down so that, you know what I'm saying? So when you do come up, you know what I'm saying? People be like, damn, look where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you got to be telling them. Yeah, it's such a different time in XTV, man. When we are, you know, teaching new kids how to be XTV guys. It's so insane to me, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, you took it to the next level though, Justin, because you had the thing with J and W, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, dang, like what's next? Well, you know, we was talking about what's next, and you know, of course, we always thinking about ways to innovate. We want to keep J&W in the loop on things, so we was thinking, you know, to have maybe Millennium interview a couple guys, a couple of J&W's guys, maybe Jay Morgan or somebody like that. I think that, you know, somebody that's got some depth to their character. And I think it'll also be cool for him to get Shields and Frost. So you know that's the plans on, you know, how we move forward. That'll be tight as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like have him get his characters. You know what I'm saying? We do our characters, and like that's how you get people involved, though, bud. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing about it, because you had mentioned something on that podcast with him. You were saying something about. You was telling them the backstory about NWN, and then you was talking about XTV versus WWE. Shit, I had went to that shit, and I'm looking at the shit, and I'm like, damn, like this shit telling the damn history. It's telling the whole damn history of fucking, you know what I'm saying, of what just happened, man. Like, so it's like everything you saying right now, man. You can refer to XTV versus WWE because like one of y'all had said that the program hadn't even started yet, man. NXTV, it hadn't even started yet. You know what I'm saying? Yep, and that's the thing about XTV, man. You know, and you know what we've tried to maintain throughout this time, and that's why it's like it kind of pays off to have these different podcasts, you know, and your show 2GN, you know, as the archived, you know, episodes, because you know they tell the story of what was happening right before NXTV, and you can completely see that we have no idea that this is about to take place. Yeah, but it'd be crazy, man. But shit, I mean, what's some of your favorite episodes, man? You've been doing this shit for a long ass time. What's some of your favorite interviews? I always tell people that one of my favorite interviews, and J&W is probably my most favorite now, you know. But I mean, because it's just so special. But it's kind of like over here. It's just like you know how I was, the big teddy bear, just over here in the corner. I don't fit with the rest of the toys. You got to place me because I'm all white. Got to keep me clean. So yeah, the JNW in my ideas, it's on a big old mantle. It's just a big trophy, a great accomplishment. And before that was always Coco and Tana, because they just was fun as hell. Like I just had so much fun that day talking to them. Coco, your sister, man, damn, she cool as fuck. Yeah, man. I mean, I wish she was around more, man, cause like she didn't grew up, and it's like people ain't get to see. I don't know, like she had an effect. It's crazy that the people that actually did make a mark in XTV, you know what I'm saying? That's not around, and she like one of them people, you know what I'm saying? Like she came, she saw, she conquered, and then she moved on, and then she conquered other shit. You know what I mean? Man, that shit was so fun. Tana was like just eloquent, and she just had such a great story, and it's just like, damn, you got a lot of depth. And it's like these is characters, Coco, hadn't been around for she ain't been around in years, like over 10 years. Coco ain't been around, and then Tana over 20 years at least. You know what I'm saying? And for them to come back and just be able to, have this connection, just immediately. I'm talking about, and it was an experience for me like none other. I mean, I was looking up all Coco stuff that day, and it was like, oh my God, this is, I love this. More of this, And I tell you what, still to this day, I yearn for more stuff like that. Like I try to get that interview. I try to, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to get that feeling again. I feel you, Bill. You know what I'm saying? It's important to keep that vibe going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But my podcast, it's just a unique experience for me. Just having this connection with all these different people. And I try to do a lot like what you do too, Romy. I try to give people somebody that you haven't seen, and you know what, and that's why I'm always fulfilled when when I have a successful podcast like that, like Coco and Tana. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just having your everyday, like I could have easily just made you my first podcast, and then I could have followed it with Bob Classic, and then I could have had Killer, you know what I'm saying, and then Yaki, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, no, space all y'all out, because y'all, like, we see y'all all the time. We know that y'all gonna drop bombs. Look at the interview that Jazz cut with Tavari Howard. You know what I mean? That's why Tavari ain't been on my show yet, because he got so much knowledge. This guy was the commissioner twice. He's Yoshi's husband. He got 3 kids with her. He best friends with Killer. He one of the biggest members of Man. Yeah, man. I mean, just accolades and accolades. You know what I'm saying? And then of course I'm sitting here with you, Romy Rome. Trap City Squad, y'all rivalry, y'all long time back and forth rivalry with Man. That it's so funny how it has evolved, to this just like back and forth child's play, if you will. I mean, like, I always hope that that's what it will become, man. Cause I'm like, man, ain't no reason to have no hate here, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, really, man, D-Tay was always like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no hate. Like at first, D-Tay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll be kind of like, you know what I'm saying, harsh, you know what I'm saying, with it. But after a while, you know what I'm saying, he started to see like how I was, and he was like, yeah, man, like just be cool with that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't even get mad, man. You know what I'm saying? And so like, you know what I'm saying, he won't like that. He just be chilling. But y'all both get pissed off at RJ. Somebody has said, I think it was Steve-O, man. I think that was on the Duke Nukem podcast, but it might have been on one of the clips, on one of the outtakes. Steve-O was like saying, I should let RJ be on 2GN. And I was like, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Cause I know people want to see that shit, man. I know they do, man. And I want to give it to them, but damn, man, I just don't know when. And I don't. I got to figure out the platform and like just how to go about it, man. You feel me? Yeah. I gotta give us some kind of common ground, man. But it's coming, man. It'll happen, man. I'll probably play some Tyler the Creator or something. Something sinister to it. You know you enjoy it. Nah, that nigga be jamming in there, man. He just be making so much noise and he be doing all this weird ass shit. Like while he, dancing to the music. So it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's where we disconnect. Oh, man. Romy Rome here. This is actually our second attempt at cutting the podcast together, Romy. Yeah, you lost the damn first footage, bitch. I don't know what happened to it. I was pretty sure I had cut it and pasted to my to be announced folder. That's what I usually do with stuff. And for some reason, it's not on there. So I have no idea what the hell is going on. I'm looking through it right now. This nigga is damn doing an interview and looking at old interviews. I can't find that shit. Let me see. This is podcast. This should say Roman in their new folder. Oh shit, it don't matter now. We doing this one, bitch. Yeah, I know. Just saying. That is that bullshit. That nigga got some shit. This nigga got... No, don't tell him. I was just looking through this folder the other day. I gotta erase some of this stuff because, like, he done been here. I know... I got an idea who I'm gonna put next. I'm a lot like you though, Romy. I just... I got an idea of who I want to be next. In fact... I was already planning on having you before I even did the J&W podcast, but I was so excited about that I was like, yeah, Roman, you gotta wait. Yeah, you just put me on hold, man. I was like, yeah, I understand that shit. This groundbreaking, man. And he got it on his channel too. People done watched it on his channel. They see it on our channel. It still get hits too. Still getting hits. People checking out the J&W podcast. Lots of information on there about the future of XTV, the current state, and what's going on with AOA. I talk to him, about once a week. We always discuss something. There's always a topic at hand to be discussed. And just recently, I talked to him about what were we saying? We was talking about the future of how everything is going to be going about. Oh yeah, and the big thing is that Nate Shields and Dwayne Frost are now on the 2K18 game. That's the latest thing. So yeah, and I didn't even mention that in my open. So yeah, breaking news, everybody. Frost and Shields are on 2K18, and it's official, man. Everything is moved over to 2K18. It's a big deal. Man, I seen that pay-per-view, bet. That shit's like, boy, I'm telling you, bet. 2K18 was taking, I'm telling you right here on the I said on 2GN, bet. I'm telling you right here on Just a Podcast, though, bet, that 2GN, like, it's gonna be taken to the next level because of 2K18, bet. I'm telling y'all that right now, bet. As a matter of fact, they already showed me my new studio, man. You know what I'm saying? And people, because you know how I won't we won't be liking to let shit out of the bag, man. But I might as well say that it's done, man. Like, cause somebody had asked me the other day. They said, yeah, Romy, you cause I was like, yeah, we coming up on our second season of 2GN. I think it's our third season. This is our second or third. I don't remember, but anyways, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? New season, bid. They was like, I'm like, yeah, we finna do a bid this year. They like, what you gonna do? You gonna animate it? I was like, shit, you just gotta wait and see, bid. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't wanna let the cat out of the bag, bid. But y'all seen that shit? Yeah, we had that shit playing on the loop. Romeo's got a brand new studio. Bob got a look at it. He started crying. A tear shed from his eye. I think he had a moment like, man, maybe I should shape up. But you know, he was just, Bobby was just saying, dang, Justin, you got your podcast and Romy got 2GN. He's like, I ain't got shit. I'm like, motherfucker, if you quit getting suspended, you can be in the ring and be, a top guy. That's what your role is supposed to be. But Bob's got to get his act together. Yeah, man, it's a good time for everybody, man. And you know what I'm saying? It's cool because NXTV done got, it's giving exposure to XTV, man. Like, it's just so crazy how that shit happened, man. The shit happened backwards when XTV is supposed to be giving exposure to NXTV. But when you think about, you know what I'm saying? I think the reason why that is, and J&W has said this on your podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't understand why XTV not more popping than what it is. But the reason is because XTV was not meant to be like really a thing that, I mean, it was and it wasn't. Like, doing this XTV East Coast stuff, it was just supposed to be for the East Coast and the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whoever see it. But this just really us, you know what I'm saying? Like, just doing our own thing. This our own world. It was Miss Martha who was like, let's take this thing and bring it to the whole world, man. But instead of doing what we already been doing, let's do it with a whole new cast, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got NXTV and all these new stars. And that's why you got XTV World, a whole new channel. You know what I'm saying? So the XTV East Coast channel, basically like the backstory, you know what I'm saying, to the XTV World channel. And they kind of just, nowadays, currently, you know what I'm saying, they kind of just refer off each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty good analysis of the whole XTV, NXTV situation. A lot goes into that, and that's just where we at. That's just where we at, present day, ladies and gentlemen. As I was about to get a phone call just then, but we still recording. It's Thanksgiving Day, ladies and gentlemen, so people gonna be trying to call me, and I'm still recording on my telephone here. Shit real out here, but yeah, we got a whole lot of family to see. Romy, so with you not doing the 2GN today, with you not doing 2GN, who you got? I mean, I'm sure you got a lot of people in town that want to get with you. Yeah, but I turned my phone off, but I see why you can't turn yours. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, you already know, but the whole shebang, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of family already here, a lot of people coming down, a lot of friends coming down. You know what I'm saying? It's just a big thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration. Yeah, too bad to get cut with that damn day tomorrow. With a lot of us got to go to work. But it should be a light day tomorrow, and it should be a lot of people should be closed down. So it could be a cool, nice little short day. I'm gonna go into work tomorrow. Like, yeah, I'm already on vacation, so don't ask me to do a lot. I just I'll be willing to do such and such. But anyways, though, yeah, man. You got anything else you want to talk about, Romy? Shit, we can just shoot the shit, you know what I'm saying, forever and ever, man. But I know you got things to get to. I got things to get to. Yeah, we got work to do, man. But it was a pleasure sitting up here with you, man. Man, you my dog. I gotta bring you back again because we got so much more to talk about. Yeah, we definitely do, man. Thanks again, Romy. Do the thing for me. 2 Rangz. Great time catching up with Romy Rome. I would like to thank him and both Tia Ray for spending some time with me on this lovely Thanksgiving evening. It is a beautiful time in just modern days, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that creativity is king, ladies and gentlemen. I think that creativity runs the world. Creativity is the future. And just continue to keep being creative, everybody. Let's just continue to work together. Let's continue to just, keep on loving each other and having compassion, because that is what's going to drive us to the next wave of humanity. And, time's gonna be better. It won't be like this always. Just remember that, man. As you heard from Tia, man, this thing with her and Dixie is brewing. This thing is it's a shoot, and I can't wait, man. And we was discussing this matter. I was discussing it with Big Trunks because he the one that uploaded that original footage with Tia, and then when they brought up the one with Dixie, and he said that when he was typing in the description, he realized we may have another Bob versus Killer on our hands. But we always say that. It's just that when certain feuds just organically come together, and I don't think that any other feud ever in history has really been documented and covered in this fashion. The way Dixie was on Alex's show saying this, and then Sally put up Tia's response. It's almost like the hip hop world. You know what I'm saying? We got us a little hip hop warfare going on here. Dixie and Tia Ray, it's great to me because it's just it's brand new, and it's all gonna come to a head at XTV 03. That is the next big event that is on the horizon for us, and I, for one, am very excited about it. You heard Roman Rome talking about XTV 02, what a party that was, but of course we mentioned. The great thing about this XTV 03 is that it's going to be involving the West Coast for the first time ever since we've been doing this and coming to you guys. So, man, just thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for, loving XTV the way you do. And we love it, man. It's one thing about, our followers is that we want to become a part of it. XTV world is exactly that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a world. So, feel free to comment, bring in your suggestions. If you guys got a league, or if you guys got guys that you guys think, will fit into XTV, we just want to say that it's an open door policy here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a whole lot of changes for the better in the future with 2K18, 2018, a lot of different changes. I think that a lot of you guys are going to like. So until then, as the sun has set, and I'm sure there's a lot of full bellies all around the world, full of turkey, mac and cheese, stuffing, collards, cornbread. I was just with my friend earlier on, man. I was just helping him film him frying his second fried turkey. My friend on Snapchat, he got footage of him with the marinade, injecting it with the marinade, and it sat overnight. Season it all up, and slowly and very carefully and methodically just eased that big old turkey into that deep fryer with that 300-degree frying grease or oil. I don't know what kind of oil it was. It might have been peanut oil. Oh yeah. Inspired me, man. Might fry me a turkey next year. Who knows? It may look real easy. Hey man, I'm rambling, guys. I hope you guys have a very great Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there, and most importantly, make sure that whatever you do, make sure that it's a good time. I'm Ernest Justin Turkey Leg. Good night, everybody.